welcome to the show, The Total You. I am your hostess, Evangelist Faris Wallace, and we're coming under the direction of Abundant Faith Cathedral in Detroit. We're under the direction of Bishop Joel T. Wallace, who is the pastor. Our presentation is about your mind, body, soul, and spirit, so I'm asking, sit back and enjoy this broadcast. Welcome to The Total You. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to have a special guest with me. Yep, all of my guests are special, yes. But this one is in particular because this is a young lady doing great things, and that's what we want, right? So here we are with a young lady, and I'm going to have her introduce herself. Amen.
Hi, my name is Sade
Sade who?
Parker.
Okay. Okay. So Sade, how did we come to know you?
I actually joined church. I come to your church,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
And I became a member.
Okay.
Was it last month?
Was August.
August.
Actually,
And
yes.
I was baptized July.
Yes. Okay. So you've been with us a couple of months now.
Yes.
One of the things that really struck us was the fact that you were a young lady and you were in business for yourself.
Yes.
So what type of business are you in?
Right now I do my business is home care.
Okay.
So I deal with clients that have disabilities or the elderly, or some of the clients just need what is the word, companionship.
Okay.
You have some that just need house, like their home cleaned.
Okay.
But that's mainly it. And then I have another business, which is the tax business, of course. And a few of the ladies at the church, we are all like business partners.
Okay.
So.
Okay, this home care business, when did you go into this thing?
December 2020.
2020?
Yes.
That's just about when the
pandemic
COVID was out.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So what made you decide to go into that business?
Because that really was one of the businesses that did not shut down during the pandemic.
Okay.
It was actually needed because it was a lot of people that became ill with the COVID that was going around.
Okay.
So I felt like that was a good business because prior I had a candy shop.
Okay.
During COVID, and it shut it down.
Okay.
So I was just sitting there and I'm like, something got to give, because even with going to other, like applying and getting the jobs, it was just still too much for me.
Okay.
Like, so I said I had to find something that made me comfortable where I was still able to spend time with my child. Because, the healthcare field was very demanding. Mainly all jobs was very demanding during pandemic.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So this is what you did. Okay. Start with this other thing. You said the candy shop. What happened, you said?
Oh, that was my first business ever that I opened, the candy shop.
Okay, so why did you open the candy shop and what happened?
So the reason of the candy shop was
candy. Okay.
Yes. And I was just thinking, I had like this old school idea from when I was younger. Like, oh, we had a candy shop. We was able to buy quarter juices, 10-cent candy, or 2-cent candy, because the candy was 2 cents.
Okay.
Chips and everything. And that was just an idea that I had. And it was next door to a school.
Okay.
So the business was okay, but I did jump into it. I didn't know too much about the business.
Okay.
Because if I had known the way the pandemic had came, I probably could have saved my business, but I didn't know.
Okay.
So I ended up closing it because remember it was no contact, or
right.
I couldn't open
it. You couldn't go into the bunch of candies and just pick yourself out.
It had to be a necessity. Like that's the only way you could be open. So I actually took a nice loss with that business. So.
Okay. So what did you learn from that loss that made you decide, I still want to go into business?
Do homework before you actually jump into something that you want to do. Think before you do it. I would definitely say pray about the situation, because you got to make sure it's something that you supposed to be doing, because just because I wanted that candy shop don't mean I was supposed to open that candy shop. It may have been an idea, but it was probably not in my plans to do. And I would say you could speak with others that has a business to see what their input would be.
Which is what we're doing now.
Yes. Because it's a lot of things, like as far as paying workers, hiring people. Like I was just letting people do what they want to do when they were there.
Okay.
Like it was no structure there. It was, hey, let's hire friends and family, and you come when you want to, you leave when you want to.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't know no better. No
Okay.
one told me, hey, your business hours stay 9 to 5. You need to be there at 8:30. That door and light the door need to be unlocked, light need to be on by 8:59.
Okay.
I was coming in 10. My workers was coming in at 10. I lost so many customers also. So it was a learning experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still wanted to go into business?
I did.
Okay. I'm going to ask a question because you said that you lost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think about having insurance on your company when you had it?
Didn't know anything about it. I did get the insurance at the last minute.
Okay.
But with the insurance policy,
Okay.
I didn't pick the correct policy, so it only covered so much. So when I took a loss on the candy or like 'cause stuff was expired at the time, the insurance company would have paid if I had the correct insurance on my
Okay.
building. I just had it as a case of a fire or natural disaster, or even though they don't consider COVID a natural disaster, fire. Well, I think I said fire, just think of breaking and entering, or
Okay.
a car might run into the building, but that was it. So
Okay,
it
so-
could have been covered if I
Okay.
had known.
What kind of insurance would you suggest now, though? What do you have now?
Right now, see, it's a different business,
Right.
so I have more of a liability insurance,
Okay.
because of my clients, or in case one of my workers harmed themselves or hurt themselves, or the worker recovered. But with
Okay.
the candy shop, I should have had one that, how you have like a homeowner policy, and it's like, hey, you should have added sewage and sub pump on there.
Okay.
You don't know those things.
Okay.
So it is different insurance. It
Okay.
depends on what type of business.
It's like a glorified homeowner's insurance if you have a business that you're dealing out of the building. Uh-oh. So next question. On this next one that you're going into, are you going to put that on there?
Oh, yeah, I have to.
Okay.
Yes, I have to.
Okay. Why didn't they suggest any of those things to you?
I never asked.
Uh-oh.
So if you don't, they just want to make money. They don't care. You come to get a policy. That's all they care about.
So you need to do your own.
You have to go in there with your own questions. Hey, do you cover this? Do you cover that? Like, just because I think I have one policy with the tax office that I knew nothing about, but the guy asked, like, did we want to cover in case one of our workers hurt themselves in the building? Would it pay for them for like 6 months?
For
medical and everything.
Okay.
I'm like, do we need it? He was like, I would say, yeah.
Okay.
So that's one thing, because I didn't have that with the candy shop.
Okay.
So, yes, a lot of things.
I know you didn't do this with your other employees, but did you also cover them with your insurance? Was that something you did?
The first time?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Wasn't told to. I knew nothing about it. So this time, with the tax office, well, first with the home health agency, but also with the tax office, because with the tax office, that was in the actual building.
Okay.
The home health care, I just started straight from out of home. My office was in my home.
Okay.
So it was different.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So this, I know.
It's okay.
Payroll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They came in when they wanted and left when they wanted?
And I paid Cash App. I wasn't thinking about, I used Cash App. I tried to use the ADP.
Okay.
But I didn't do my homework. It's like, hey, you go to the bank, you open up a bank account. They're like, hey, we got somebody that want to meet with you. They can do payroll. And it was so expensive. But I didn't do my homework. I didn't know that you can go get QuickBooks for $20 a month and do your own payroll and print out checks and do everything.
You listen, guys, you can go to QuickBooks.
Yeah, you go QuickBooks.
Okay.
Save a lot of money and do it yourself.
Okay.
So, just a lot of things I didn't know.
QuickBooks. Do you do that now? Have you learned how to use QuickBooks? Because that's a sophisticated kind of a program, correct?
QuickBooks is actually easy.
Okay.
Go in, put the hours in, your employee's name, and hey, you can send it in the day before. This is how many hours they have. This is how much they get paid. This is if they get a direct deposit or a check, it generates it for them, and they have it.
And you pay this, pay for this
monthly.
And they keep do they at the end of the year give you statements?
They will send out W-2s for you. They will do it all for you.
And this is how much per month?
$20. I pay $20 a month.
Will they go to court for you or go to the IRS if you were audited?
They will already have the paperwork ready for you. So
Okay.
you already have everything you need.
Okay.
Because it's like, it's an app.
Okay.
So everything is there. You click a button and, hey, I need this. I need to print all this out.
Okay.
You already have it.
I guess I'm old school because I want to see it for myself. Are you putting this? Okay, I can say I'm putting it in, but are you generating it the way it's supposed to? How do I double check them?
Because you're actually putting their hours in.
Okay.
So you're not even really dealing. It's like an app. So you're just really putting the hours in, and the hours, the amount they get paid, the pay rate, their name. It generate. Only thing you're doing is calculating the taxes for you.
Okay.
And it's going into your account to pay your employees. So you're really doing the work yourself.
Okay.
It's just generating and keeping track of everything.
I guess I don't want to get caught at the end of the year with them saying, well, you didn't put in the correct tax rate for these people. So how do you know?
It's already in the system, so it shouldn't be incorrect because it's already a tax calculator.
I am very...
It's already, it calculate everything down to the if they have 3 dependents, if they have 2, it's already on there, so they already know how much taxes to take out.
Okay.
Somebody exempt is already gonna calculate it for them. And you actually will see their check stubs too, so you'll know.
Okay.
Like, you did it correctly.
So do they keep it for a certain length of time? How long is that in the system?
That's yours.
Okay.
They don't go nowhere. It's all yours.
So you actually can say, I don't want anyone else to look at this except me.
It's all yours. It's an app. It's your business. Your login. You don't only want to log in unless you decide to give it to someone else who you wants to do. You like, some people have assistants who will just run QuickBooks for them.
Okay.
So if you okay with your assistant having the information, cool. But if not, it's a click of a button. It's something you can really pretty much do yourself.
Was this available when you went to the first business?
It was, but I didn't know.
You didn't know? Oh.
I didn't think to ask. I jumped on the first thing. I'm excited. I'm going to open a business account.
Okay.
So I jumped on the first thing that was offered through the bank.
Okay.
And it was expensive.
So the bank offer didn't really give you a good deal. Again.
No, I was getting billed for when I wasn't even doing payroll anymore. They were still basically billing me. So, because it was more like a monthly fee.
Okay.
Regardless.
So doing your homework pays off.
All right. And not rushing and jumping like, hey, I can do this. Because it look easy from the outside, but it's more behind closed doors. It's a lot more.
All right. So here we go. Now we've got this second business going. And you're paying these people and you're insured. The first thing most people say is, okay, does she have a business plan? How does she do that? How does she get the financing? Go for it.
Okay, so with the home care business, I didn't need financing.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I would say never just go Google. And I say that because on Google, it's going to say you need some finances. Because my first time looking, it said I needed $25,000 to open up a home care agency.
Okay.
You don't need anything. What you need is networking. You have to get out there.
Okay.
Network, sign them up, and you let the business pay for itself.
Details.
So with the home care agency, the way I started was, so like I say, like disabled, or it may be a family or friend that's just like, hey, I need somebody to go grocery shopping monthly.
Okay. You
don't have to. The most money you're going to invest in is your flyers and network. You don't have to come out of anything.
Okay.
Because their insurance paid for you to come out.
So you have to make sure the person who's employing you has insurance to cover what you're doing. Unless
they want it to be a cash client.
Okay.
And when I say cash, if you do ever deal with a cash client, just like I hate to say sound rude about this, but you know how when you rent a home, they make you pay on the first before you even do that.
Right.
Before you live in a home.
Right.
You would collect your payment
up front. If it's a cash.
Yes, until you build that relationship and feel you can trust them, you got to treat it like rent. Hey, start with half a depositor, because you never know.
Okay.
What if they can't pay you?
Right.
But with the home care agency dealing with the insurance, you don't come out of anything, because what you do is build the insurance and they pay you.
Now, building the insurance, did they ask you for certain criteria before they sent you your cash or anything?
The doctor would be the one to fill out the medical needs forms.
Okay.
Once the doctor fill out the medical need form, you take it to, it depends on who they have the insurance through. So if they have Medicaid, you go through to the Department of Human Services.
Okay.
They will come out, interview them, and they will say yes or no.
Okay.
Once they say yes, they say, hey, this client has 160 hours for the month.
Okay.
That's what they're going to pay you for monthly, 160 hours.
And then you decide who to send to them and what services you're going to render to them.
Yes.
All right. Okay. But, okay, what about licensure? Did you have to get licensed in any way?
No, you do have to. The most you need is a CPR certification and the BSL, because of course, if you're dealing with one of your clients and they're choking or anything, you need to have that experience. However, I was a medical assistant since 2007.
Okay.
I worked in the ER in McLaren. I did home health care before caregiver, phlebotomist. I've done it all.
Okay.
So I kind of had the experience, but you don't need any license unless you want to go bigger. You may don't want to just stay in the home health field. You may want to add a doctor or a nurse to go out there.
Okay.
Then of course you start needing license.
Okay. And you would have to go through the state to do those?
Some people already have them. So if you're already a certified nurse, then you can add the nursing. You can add the nursing business with your home care agency, and you can tell your clients, hey, I have a nurse on standby. Okay. And they can come out and make their monthly visits as well. Okay. So you can just keep adding different things on.
And that would be built through the insurance company of the person?
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
It is. But you gotta make sure you're doing right.
Okay, because I'm thinking of the, are you keeping up with the rules and the guidelines that are presented by?
Yes.
Okay, so what are those? Do you have any problems with those or?
No, not at all. Okay. Because with my home health agency, it's non-medical.
Okay.
So it's not too much I need to, go in there and do. So with the guidelines, it's really basic things. You make sure you keep your hands washed. You be there on time. You can't accept cash from none of your clients.
Okay.
As a gift, none. You can't do it.
Okay.
Because we're there to help them, not take. What's some more things? Time. You have to treat them like a human. You can't be in there being rude. So I always say, don't go in the field if you're just there for money. You have to go there because you have a passion for it. Okay. So it's not, other than that, it's not really no guidelines.
It would be, okay, one of the guidelines, because I am retired nurse, one of the things that really stuck with me was, if that was my mother laying in that bed, how would I treat them? And so I've always treated all my patients as if they were my relative.
Yes, how you would want to be treated, or your relative. Yes.
Because you don't want someone else slapping your relative. Mm-hmm. And so why would you do it?
Yes.
So that was one of the things. Okay, but with those guidelines, do you have like a policy and procedure book that you have to keep on board or anything like that?
If the clients may try to fight you, or if you just keep having problems, then you have to start writing that, because you have to have a book. You have to document. So each worker that goes in, they have to write down what's going on as soon as they walk through the door.
Okay.
So, hey, client's sitting at the table. Client's eating. Client is laying in bed more than she usually lay in the bed.
Okay.
So that way, when the next person come in, or if anything does happen, the family or doctors or whoever can come in and say, hey, well, they did document this, and, she was normal, or she looked like she may have been sick. Okay. We're able to make those calls.
Okay.
So.
And so your people are just there to like the grocery shopping, or do they do the bedding and things like that?
Yeah, we wash. We do laundry, showers, companionship be really the main thing.
Okay.
I think we said grocery shop. What else we do? Cook.
Okay. You cook?
Yes.
But you know what I've noticed is a lot of our seniors, their appetites go down, but they can't really get up there and fix that, like scraping the carrots or cutting and chopping the onions or stuff like that. So you guys go in there and do that.
Yes, because I have one client who give me she is 67. She gives me her grandmother's recipe book.
Okay.
And she say, this is what I want. And I'd be like, okay. So always, and I just go ahead and I make the recipe because
Okay.
you can't be in there like, no, I'm not making that for you.
Okay.
Like, you at least try. So.
Yeah, because the elderly, they get a certain way they want, and they can get kind of ornery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's saying yes, y'all. So it's like you've got to know how to please
Yes.
your clients.
You gotta know how to talk to them. You gotta know how to deal. But once you there so long, you know how to deal. Like I can
Okay.
tell you when, and I always, one thing I do is when I have a new client,
Mm-hmm.
I don't just sign them off to anyone. I go the first 2 weeks, and
Okay.
I do that because I want to know what my client is like.
Okay.
I want to know if I can spot when she's having a bad day. I want to know if she's one of my clients that just want to be bullying
Okay, someone
my
else.
workers all the time,
Okay.
or threatening them, or I could stand by them and be like, oh no, she's not like that, or I never experienced that. That way, when it's a new person coming to take over, I can let them know what's going on.
Okay.
Like, hey, this client like home cooked food. She like her shower twice a week.
Okay.
She want to play Connect Four on Wednesdays. Don't come to her house earlier than an hour before you supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to tell them these things.
Okay.
So, because I know when I worked for another company, it'd be like, hey, we hired you. Okay, we need you to go to this address. And when you get there, it's like, hi. Like, they don't do no introduction or anything.
Okay.
You're just thrown in there.
Okay.
So, I introduce all my employees to the clients.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And your clients love you.
They love me.
Yeah.
They love me because I'm there them 2 weeks, and when it's time for me to go, I'll be like, okay, listen, I won't be coming back. You know, this person is coming. They will call me.
Okay.
So why you not coming back? I will be there, but this is your caregiver from now on.
Okay.
So
Caregivers, do they get evaluated?
Well, first they have to pass the background check through the state.
Okay, good.
So they're gonna let me know right then and there if you can be a caregiver or not.
Okay.
And then once I introduce them to the client, I do ask them, because I always tell my clients, like, I just want you to act normal. Don't act no different. Just act like we usually act, because I don't want the caregiver to get nervous.
Okay.
So once I let them see everything that's going on,
okay,
I will ask them, like, how do you feel about this? What experience? Are you comfortable?
Okay.
And then some of them say yeah, and then they don't show up the next day. And some of them say, yeah, I like this. I can do this. And they there. And I do pop-ups.
Okay.
That first day, they don't even know I'm coming. I will pop up and be right in the living room. And I tell them, no, work like I'm not here. And I don't even tell the client that I'm there.
Okay.
I will tell the caregiver, do not tell her or him that I'm here.
Okay.
Because I want to see that interaction. So I can catch it, early. Like, no, this is not a good fit.
Okay. So you do hands-on.
Yes.
Okay. I'm learning a lot, y'all. Okay. This thing I wanted to ask you too was, what made you decide to just go into business and just not work for someone else?
So that comes to me having a child.
Okay.
I feel so bad when I talk about this. So from the age of, from my son going to school from kindergarten to 5th grade, I never made a award ceremony.
Okay.
And that was because of the jobs that I worked. Okay. He requested off, they gonna say yes or no. It was always no.
Okay.
It was just more so me trying to secure a job and not thinking about my child. And once you think about it, you like, you only get once in a lifetime to see your child grow up, and now my child 18.
Okay.
So I was missing all the moments, and I had to think about it when I was a kid and my parents didn't show up to something.
How did you?
Yeah, because that's the first thing. When everybody else parents, you looking, you on stage, you looking. Where my mom and my dad at?
Right.
So I just had to think about how my child would feel about that.
Okay.
So now it's like, he'd be like, Mom, this happening. Oh, I'll be there. I'm coming.
I remember, like you, because I was a single parent,
Mhm.
okay, with one child, and I was the loudest person in the in the stands because, like, okay, here we go.
Mhm.
But I made my choice. I didn't go into business, but I made sure I worked the off shift.
Okay.
I was that midnight shift person who was always available. Oh, you got something you got to do during the day? You got to go to a program. Oh, I can stay here until 10 o'clock because I don't have to be at work until. I was one of those. So, oh, you got me, want me to pick you up? I was available to pick him up. Or, so chaperone, I was there.
See, and I miss those moments because kindergarten and fifth grade, they do their trips, the awards. He just happy. I miss so much of that, and I be like, yeah. I told myself I won't miss another award or fall or anything. I'm going to be right there.
So your son was your motivation to just go out and do your own thing.
Because that job would be there forever. They gonna find the next employee.
Yes, they
don't
will.
care about me missing no special moment for my child, but I do. So, and I know he knew. Like you could tell. So
when Mama showed up, all right, there was a big smile on his face.
That glow, you look for your parents in the audience. Like, oh, there they go. Then you smile when you on stage. So to be in the audience and you don't see nobody there for you, it's like
it makes it a downer.
I had to think about that. So
Okay, so you would say, if a woman is thinking about doing stuff like that, what would you tell her to do?
As far as opening a business, with the business, I would make sure, I will always tell them, do your research. Make sure it's something that you really want to do. Don't say, hey, I want to open a business because Keisha said I can make 100,000 in 5 months, because you probably can't make that 100,000 in 5 months.
Okay.
You got to make sure you do this is what you really want to do. Like I always say, you can't do it for the money. You have to do it because you want to and you have a passion for it. I think I said don't rush. Keep saying that. Do not rush.
When you say don't rush, what do you mean?
Don't just try to rush and jump into a business. Like, you might say, hey, I want to open up a bakery.
Okay.
Oh, I got to find a building now. I got to get this. I got to do now. And now you and just miss steps 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
And the city may come. You don't, because you missed so many steps. You don't want to invest so much money and you didn't do everything correctly. And then it's a fail.
Okay.
Because it hurts to have to close a business. It hurts to lose money.
Okay.
Investments, you be so proud. Like, a business is like your baby.
Okay.
So to lose it, it'd be like I failed.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that. So I would say go for it. I never discourage somebody from opening a business. It's like one of the greatest things I could have done.
One of the things you said was do something you like doing. And there are a lot of women who love to cook, and they cakes and everything out of their room. Make some money, right? Make some money. And like you, I'm like, making money off of things you love to do makes you do it, because you came from a kind of a medical background. Yes. And then because of that, you're able to go forth.
Yes. And I wanted to go to school for nursing, and I'm like, I look at the years, I'd be like, oh, that's a long time. Then when I worked in the hospital, it kind of like discouraged me too, because I was working in the ER.
Okay.
So I'm in the trauma bay. I'm all through the house, starting IVs. I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, is this really what they do?
We're going to be cutting off now, because I hope that she said something to encourage you to start your own business. Go with your heart first, and then go from there. And what you say, take it slow.
Take it slow.
Take it slow.
Yes.
Tell your name again.
Sade Parker.
Sade Parker, we thank you for joining us. See you next time, all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the presentations and the broadcast. I hope you avail yourself of all the information that was given. Remember to continue to tune in at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. here on RIC TV.